6 major immigration changes coming to Australia in 2025. What you must know before it's too late. Starting July 1st, 2025, Australia is rolling out one of the most comprehensive overhauls to its immigration system in over a decade. From higher visa thresholds to tighter student rules, the reforms aim to link migration directly with economic demand, while easing pressure on housing and public services. But these changes come with consequences, especially for those unprepared. For the complete update, head to our website, link in the description and pinned comment below. This video unpacks the sharp increases to skilled visa income thresholds, the introduction of Australia's new core skills occupation list, major reforms to the temporary graduate visa, caps on international student enrolments, a significant hike in student visa fees alongside tougher eligibility criteria, and the country's shift to a multi-year migration planning model. So watch till the end to understand how these sweeping policy changes could impact your education, work, and migration plans in Australia. Let's begin with sharp increases to skilled visa income thresholds. One of the most talked about reforms is the increase in income requirements for skilled migrants. The temporary skilled migration income threshold will rise to AUD 76,515, while the specialist skills income threshold will jump to AUD 141,210. This affects visas such as Subclass 482 and Subclass 186. The intent is to protect local wages and ensure that migrants are not exploited. However, this will effectively price out many skilled workers, particularly those in mid-level roles. Only new nomination applications lodged after July 1st, 2025 are impacted, making now the critical time to apply if you're eligible under current criteria. Next, we explore the introduction of the Core Skills Occupation List. Australia is introducing the Core Skills Occupation List to streamline migration in line with labour shortages. It will divide jobs into 3 categories: specialist skills, core skills, and labour agreement pathways. Each will have different eligibility criteria under the revamped Skills in Demand and employer nomination schemes. This list will become the gatekeeper for skilled migration. If your profession isn't on the CSOL, your path to Australia could be blocked altogether. It's a clear signal that the government wants to eliminate migration that doesn't directly fill current gaps in the Australian economy. Moving on to major reforms to the temporary graduate visa. From July 1st, the age cap for temporary graduate visas will drop from 50 to 35 years for most applicants. That means older international graduates will no longer qualify, even if they hold valid degrees from Australian institutions. Additionally, stay durations are being reduced. Bachelor's and master's coursework graduates will be allowed 2 years, while only master's by research and PhD holders can stay for 3 years. This is part of a wider push to align post-study work rights with actual demand and reduce backdoor migration routes. Then, we examine the caps on international student enrolments. The Australian government is placing a firm cap of 270,000 on international student enrolments in 2025. Out of this, 145,000 spots are reserved for universities and 95,000 for vocational courses. This is a seismic shift that could cut thousands of applicants out of the race. The move is meant to address housing shortages and over-enrolment, but it's drawing backlash from the education sector. Institutions that once heavily relied on international tuition are now being told to limit intake, making acceptance more competitive than ever before. Following that, we look at the significant hike in student visa fees and new eligibility criteria. From July 1st, the student visa fee will skyrocket from $710 Australian to $1,600 Australian. But that's not all. Applicants must now prove they have funds equivalent to 75% of the national minimum wage, and English language test requirements are being tightened. For many aspiring students, this will be a deal breaker. It signals a push toward wealthier, academically stronger applicants who can prove they won't become a burden on the system. Those applying from temporary visas will also face new restrictions, making it harder to switch visa categories from within Australia. Finally, we discuss the transition to a multi-year migration planning model. Australia will no longer plan migration on a yearly basis. From the 2025 to 26 financial year, a 4-year migration planning model will come into effect. This approach allows governments to coordinate long-term housing, infrastructure, and workforce needs with more stability. For migrants, this means fewer surprises, but also fewer windows of opportunity. Once quotas are locked in, you may have to wait years for new openings. Planning ahead will become essential, and guessing the government's next move will no longer be enough. Before we end today's video, let's do the conclusion. Australia's 2025 immigration overhaul is a signal to the world: quality over quantity. If you're planning to migrate, now is the time to act, before the rules shift again and your opportunity disappears. For a full breakdown and strategic advice, read the complete blog on our website. Link in the description below. Appreciate you sticking around to the end. Got feedback or reactions? We'd love to hear them below. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe for more.